What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Coming at you live today with Isaac versus Kyle Bossum. We've seen Isaac play a lot, and we played against him a lot. He is a great player, consistently hitting top cuts at regional tournaments and national tournaments. Really good player. He plays Han Rangers almost exclusively, it seems like, but he has Han Rangers down to a science, so it's always good to see someone that's mastered a list play the list that they're good with. On the other side, we have a Spectre cell with Motivation. Motivation has been getting a lot of hype lately. Right now, it's attached to Zeb. Let's just take a closer look at the card. Here, let me make sure it's all zoomed in here. This is about a... Whoops. Let me get this back to where you guys can see it. Motivation is an attachment. It goes on a unique figure. Exhaust this card during your activation and choose a friendly figure with a lower figure cost than you, with line of sight to you. That figure may discard a harmful condition or recover 1 damage. Then that figure gains 1 movement point. So a lot of people are teching Set for Stun into their decks, since that card kind of got a soft errata where you don't have to make range to stun with it. So Motivation's great at keeping your figures unstunned, which is super important. If you attach it to Zeb, you can use it on Ezra. Really, that's the main target, I think. Of course, gaining an extra movement point is really good on any melee figure. So with Ezra and his brash movement, you can move basically 9 spaces and get an attack, or you can move 5 and get a pummel. So definitely a good card. Of course, if you want to run Motivation, you have to sacrifice either extra armor or Doubt. I think Doubt is the superior card on Lothal, especially against Hunters. But we haven't really taken a good hard look at Motivation yet, so this will finally give us a good example to see what exactly the value is of Motivation and whether he can transform that value into some points here on Fluctuations. This is the 3rd game in a row that we've watched on Fluctuations. Honestly, this map is not my favorite, to say the least. In fact, I would say that this map is the worst map we've seen in tournament history. And by worst map, I just mean it plays really slow. It's just each of these objectives, you can see maybe on the map they're kind of small. Each of these objectives is only worth 1 victory point. So really, you can try to control these 4 at the top here. But you're only getting 4 victory points per round, which is not great. These 2 objectives are pretty dangerous to control. I guess if your opponent abandons the top, you can go for this one, and probably you're definitely going to be getting the one next to your terminal. But you pretty much have to commit either to the bottom or the top, so far in my experience. Sabine also, of course, has this stupid Spire here, which basically is an invincible spot for her. It's impossible to attack her without another mobile figure or some way to pull her off the Spire, like force push or something like that. So Isaac actually has 0 ways to deal with the Spire with his list. There's no way to draw line of sight onto it because you can't get adjacent to Sabine, and you can't draw a line outside of these impassable terrain boxes. It's just really dumb. So Sabine can sit on here and rain terror down on Isaac's terminal. Of course, he positioned himself a space too far away. I usually, on Lothal, like to position Sabine in a spot where she can just run up and grab the Spire. But I guess if you're not playing against another mobile figure, you're not in a rush to get it. Looks like Kyle is positioning himself to go down to the bottom. You do have a very safe corner up here in the top right from the outside side. There's no lines of sight to be drawn from the left top to the right top because of this blocking space. But from the right top to the left top, you can draw lines of sight more easily down this way, or from up here down this way. So the right side definitely has an advantage on this very top row. Of course, the second row is very open, so Rangers are going to have an advantage there. The top row, of course, is Sabine's strong point. So I'd say advantage Spectre cell there. And then this is pretty open as well. Although it's not really long range, so I think either list could really grab that third row. So Chopper's going to go ahead and System Shock R2. R2, of course, can just repair himself if he wants to. Isaac's list does have Rebel High Command, so even if he gives up this terminal, he's still going to be grabbing an extra command card every round. He also has 2 Smugglers. Smugglers are actually pretty useless on Lothal. I wonder if some Han Rangers lists are going to drop Smugglers, because they're also pretty useless on the Droids mission on Uskrew. Although they're very good on Tarkin, so yeah, I'm not sure if they'll stick around. I mean, they were great on Mos Eisley, but they lose a lot of value with Mos Eisley rotating out for Lothal. Lothal just does really not give them enough to do. Han is getting focused up already. Han, of course, can move 8 spaces and get an end-of-round attack, so that is invaluable on Lothal wastes. Just because there's so much cover, you really have to move about 8 spaces to get line of sight to things sometimes. So Han is just a super valuable figure. Of course, Isaac does have initiative, which means that it is passing to Kyle. Honestly, the initiative pass to round 2 is not super important on Lothal because, Rebel Graffiti coming out already for Kyle. This is super bad news for Isaac, unless he has negation, which it doesn't look like he does. This is going to be 2 points a round. Last time I played on Fluctuations, that added up to 12 points for me across the course of a game. That's just insane for a 0-cost card. Really, really bad news for Isaac. Devastating news, in fact. That really puts the pressure on him to approach Spectre Cell. It's amazing how much pressure a 0-cost card can put on you, but that card absolutely does it. Stimulant's getting played for a Smuggler, which is going to focus up a Ranger. So this is going to give Isaac 3 focuses to play with here. So maybe if he has Take Initiative, he can make something happen here. He also played Black Market Prices. So he drew an extra command card, and then he discarded Fleet-Footed, it looks like. Not sure why he's actually even playing Fleet-Footed in this list. I think Urgency's a little better. Maybe he has both. So between Gideon, 3PO, and that Smuggler, that's 3 focuses going out. Gideon, he's saving him for later because he knows how valuable that push is on Lothal wastes. Just getting you 2 spaces closer is super important. In fact, if he can push Han up 2, and then Han moves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If Han had Urgency, Han could actually get a shot on Sabine, and maybe even 2 shots with Urgency because he shoot her and then he'd get an end of round shot. If Isaac had Han's card, I Make My Own Luck or Take Initiative, he could definitely kill Sabine before she gets to activate again, which is basically he needs to because of Rebel Graffiti. And of course, now we're seeing why Kyle maybe made a bit of a mistake by having Sabine 2 spaces back when with Hera, she could be starting right here and just grab this Spire immediately. Right now, she's actually more vulnerable than maybe she looks. Because Han can definitely get at least 1 shot. But if he has Urgency or Take Initiative, potentially 2 shots. And That could be enough to kill her. So if he can get that, then he could definitely swing this game around a bit. Like I said, this top right area is pretty safe, so Ezra's just going to go camp out here. In fact, he could have put himself here instead to be adjacent to this fluctuation. The Rangers don't have great line of sight there. Let me just draw with the tool. I guess they actually could draw line of sight to those two spaces, so he's just going to keep Ezra safe. One, two, three, four. Although he would only be taking one shot from right now an unfocused Ranger. Of course, Gideon still has a focus to give out. So he is just going to keep Ezra nice and tucked away in that corner there. Again, if you're just joining us, we did see Kyle played Rebel Graffiti, which is huge. And now it looks like he tried to move Sabine onto the spire, but then he moved her back. I'm not sure why. Maybe he's just messing around and he really wants her there, but you know, an interesting thing is he could have he did discard fleet-footed with black market prices. He could have used both stimulants and fleet-footed to push Han up 2, and then he could have used Gideon to push him up another 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He still would have been too far away. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's one space too far away for that. The problem is R2's in the way. So if Han gets pushed up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, 2, 3, 4. Actually, no, I'm wrong. If Han got pushed up 1 with stimulants, it would have wasted the focus, but it would have gotten him in range to attack Sabine, because then Gideon could have pushed him to here, and then he could have used the fleet-footed to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and attack Sabine. Kanan activated, and Isaac had to declare that his Rangers were up next. I actually think I missed whatever Gideon did. It looks like he focused a Ranger, but I didn't see him push anyone. Did he push a Ranger up? It looks like he probably pushed a Ranger up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this Ranger can actually draw line of sight to Ezra here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see. Yeah, Ezra's actually vulnerable. Uh, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure why he's activating the Rangers in this order. He's blocking his line of sight. This Ranger should have gone first because you have line of sight from this corner, so you could go 1, 2, 3, 4 and shoot Ezra, and then you can move the other one up and shoot Ezra. So I think he misplayed this a bit. He's activating his Rangers out of order. He's looking at 5 Pierce 1 against 3 blocks. There is one side on the blue that's... There's 2 sides on the blue that's better and 1 side that's worse. So he might as well reroll the blue. And with that reroll, 4 blocks is just so much. So it's going to be 5 Pierce 1 against 4 for 2 damage. Not very good there. What's he do with the other Rangers? See, he could have drawn line of sight. Now he's what, double moving maybe? I'm not sure why he's bunching his Rangers up like this either. You don't want to give Ezra targets that are close together because he's just going to run up. He's getting initiative, and then that'll give him some pummel targets if he can get the kill, or at least a target to tap Spectre Cell. I actually really don't like this move from Isaac. It's very unusual that Isaac makes moves that I disagree with. He's typically very on the same page as me. We both play Han Rangers a lot. But yeah, I really don't like the positioning of these Rangers, especially because he could have gotten 2 attacks there and he misplayed and only got 1 attack. So I'm not sure, and I'm really not sure about the positioning here. I just don't get it. So it looks like he's probably going to abandon the Spire. Like I said, he could have gotten 2 attacks off on Sabine if he played his cards a little differently. I guess you wouldn't get the maximum value out of Stimulants, but with Rebel Graffiti already getting played, I think it would have definitely been worth it to go for the 2 attacks against Sabine. Again, the way he could have done that is if he played Stimulants to push Han up, and then he pushed Han with Gideon to here, and then he played Fleet-Footed to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He would have gotten a shot against Sabine and then an end-of-round shot. And if he had any kind of way to steal initiative, he could have gotten 3 shots off on Sabine before she could grab that Spire. So I feel like avoiding the brawlers of the Spectre Cell and focusing maybe on the support figures. If he could pick off Sabine, that's an easy way to win. But it looks like instead he's pushing his Rangers down here towards the brawlers, which I really don't like. I feel like you have to keep your Rangers away from these guys, but instead pushing them right there. Now, I mean, with Motivation and Spectre Cell, Ezra can brash up 1, 2, 3, 4. Motivation and then pummel, or get Spectre Celled and then attack. Kanan can move up 1, 2, 3, 4. If he's got movement cards, Kanan can go get an attack too. But these 2 Rangers could potentially be dead before Isaac gets to play. So Sabine is moving on to the Spire somehow. I keep seeing Sabine pop over there. Not quite sure how she got there. And then New Orders got played. Oh, New Orders. Oh, this is a clever trick here from Isaac. So that's why he was positioning his Rangers so weirdly. He's going to play New Orders to tap his Ranger, to tap Han, so his Rangers get an extra activation, and they're going to go ahead and attack Ezra 2 more times. And he does get a blank here, but he does get to reroll that. It's a decent reroll. This is right now 3 Pierce 1 for 2 damage. Let's see, there was... If he rerolled the first blue die, there was, I think, 1 side that was worse. He's definitely going to reroll this green die here. 6 damage against... so that's not a dodge. He's using Kanan's reroll, so a dodge becomes... I think 2 blocks and an evade. Let me just double check that. 2 blocks and an evade, so 4 blocks and an evade against 6. So 6 minus 3 is 3 damage. Positioning an advantage and assassinate, maybe? Not sure. What's up, everyone? How's it going, Blade, Zach, Jake? Thanks, Blade. I appreciate that. It's been kind of a struggle here on Lothal, to be honest. So I really like that he is moving his rangers back. You definitely want to get them out of range of these Spectre cell figures. Now it looks like it's not going to be easy for who are we watching even here? Sorry, I forgot who we're watching. Kyle, right? Yeah, Kyle. It's not going to be easy for Kyle to take advantage of his round 2 initiative because nothing's really in range. I guess he can go with Sabine, but even that is not super great. I mean, R2 needs to scomp and run away, probably. Sabine might get aggressive, but I don't think she should, especially with Rebel Graffiti. She just wants to keep pumping those 2 victory points around. Isaac with Rebel High Command is going to get a lot of command cards, so it's not super important to keep R2 alive. I mean, it's great, but it's not essential. I'm not sure how Sabine got on this Spire, by the way. Motivation got used on Ezra to heal a damage. I really have no clue how Sabine got up here. Somehow she got 2 extra movement points at some point. Anybody that's watching the stream, figure out how she moved from here to here. I really have no idea. It wasn't motivation. Somehow she's just on the Spire. Oh yeah, he must have tapped Spectre Cell to move her. I forgot about that. Good call, good call. Good call. Okay, now what? So Kyle's gonna have initiative. What does he do with it? Okay, yeah, thanks for that. I totally forgot. I think, do you move Ezra up? He's got 6 damage on him. He could just die. It looks like he's going to move Ezra back, which, honestly, it's the right move, but it's going to make it very tough for him. I mean, he's going to take the next 2 rounds just healing Ezra up, but Isaac's the one that's getting the initiative advantage in round 3. So Isaac now can just focus up his Rangers and then play very, very aggressively at the end of this round, especially with Han. If he can somehow set up 2 or 3 attacks in a row with Han, he could totally swing this game. Again, Rebel Graffiti getting drawn that early is really, really going to hurt him. Here comes Sabine to try to kill R2. She's probably going to try an attack first. And she does. And no dodge there, so that'll... Oh, she's actually trying to kill the smuggler. 6 range. I think she missed range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 range. She missed range on the smuggler, and then she only did 1 damage to R2. So R2 can just scomp and run away, and he'll be fine. And that's exactly what Isaac chooses to do. Just scomps and runs away. Very smart choice there. So, just to keep track of motivation, so far it's healed 1 damage on Ezra and had kind of an insignificant movement point. But on the other side, if he was playing Doubt, he could have removed a focus from Han. So I would say that's definitely advantage Doubt so far in this game. Of course, I think against Hunters and on Lothal, there's no doubt that Doubt is just a better card. But again, we're going to give Motivation a chance here, see how it does. Gideon's going to go ahead and activate and focus a Ranger. I'm not sure why he's using Gideon instead of... Oh, he had Planning. So Gideon uses Planning and focuses a Ranger. There's only 3 cards left in the deck for Isaac. That means there's a very good chance that he's holding on to Tools for the Job, Assassinate, and On the Lam. At least 2 of those 3. And those are, of course, very essential cards. So if he can get line of sight to Ezra, I'm sure Ezra is just going to be toast. A very, very potent amalgamation of figures over here for Isaac. 3 focuses. We are in round 2 right now. This is actually the most action we've seen in Fluctuations. We saw Ezra taking some shots round 1. That's pretty much unheard of from what we've seen so far. Zeb is in line of sight for these Rangers. They can all pop out to this area right here and get shots up that way. They might even be able to get shots on Kanan. If they can kill Zeb, they'll also have a shot on Ezra. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. I think Han doesn't quite have a shot, but he can, of course, move 8 and set up his end of round shot. So it's going to be probably Ezra activating late and just running away. Or maybe Ezra will even activate early and just stay put, leaving Zeb and Kanan to at least pose a threat in case Isaac decides to move up with Han or the Rangers. Of course, moving Han up early doesn't necessarily give Kyle great choices because Kyle probably knows that Isaac's holding on to On the Lam, so he doesn't necessarily want to shoot at Han and then just take a return fire shot for nothing. So I think there's not much danger in moving Han up to line up an end-around shot after one of these 3 figures activates, so you can guarantee that you're getting a shot. Kyle has completely split up the Spectre cell, 3 figures on the bottom and 3 on the top. Let's see if Isaac can just divide and conquer here. Isaac playing a much more grouped up game here. Everybody's just sitting on top of each other, taking advantage of their focuses and stuff. He's going to go ahead and move his Ranger away because with a tapped Spectre cell, Sabine could have shot at the Smuggler with a Hera call the shots to maybe add some range. So he's just going to avoid that by running the Smuggler right back into the deployment zone. Chopper's got nothing to do, but he does get a point from the Fluctuation here. So Hera is probably just going to chill. Maybe she'll move up to... Hera's actually going to move up. Okay, maybe not. I was going to say that's actually kind of dangerous for her because Zeb can run out and shoot at her. And he's going to do it anyway, but this is going to give Zeb potentially 2 attacks with the tapped Spectre cell. Zeb can go 1, 2, 3, 4, attack. Spectre cell gets tapped, attack again. Of course, that's probably sacrificing Zeb if he does do that. So a calculated risk here by Isaac. And again, Hera also has access to On the Lam, so this is not exactly super dangerous. I think it'd probably be safer to leave Hera next to 3PO, but maybe he wants to give Han a spot where Han can jump out and get some good lines of sight from this corner here. So that's, I think, the reasoning behind this Hera positioning. I should never question Isaac's positioning. Every time I do, he proves me wrong. He's got some trick up his sleeve. I was questioning his Ranger positioning earlier, but it turns out he was holding on to New Orders, so it was really wrong of me to question that positioning early. Isaac, just a great, great player. Really like his style. Jake Peterson's here. He says he had graffiti round 1 twice on Saturday and he forgot to use it every time. Ouch, dude. You can't forget to use that. It's so good. The only reason to not use it round 1 is if you have some other 0-point card that's important and maybe you want to tempt out the negation. Like maybe you want to play planning first or try to get them to play negation on take initiative or something. But other than that, there's really no reason to not play Rebel Graffiti. Did Kyle forget to play it? You know, I think he did, because he activated Sabine, and it doesn't look like he played it. Maybe he's worried about negation? I'm not sure. I'm not sure why he wouldn't play it. I think he probably just forgot. I feel like mind games really aren't a good reason to not play it. Yeah, I mean, Isaac already knows that Kyle has it, because he played it round 1. So if Isaac wants to negate it, he's just going to save negation for it. There's no reason for him to play negation on something he doesn't want to negate as much as Rebel Graffiti. So, yeah, I guess Kyle probably just forgot to play it. Zeb is going to activate. Looks like he's just going to take a super long range shot here, maybe. Oh, he's going to double move and take his double red shot. So, wow, this is going to give... Oh, with element of surprise. I'm not sure about element here. Because the most you can do, I mean, technically if you max roll, you can get the kill. But element only gives you like a very, very slightly higher chance of getting that kill. It goes from like a 0% chance to a 5% chance to get the kill. I don't know. You'd have to roll 1 in 6 times 1 in 3. Actually, it's not that low of a percentage. It's 1 in 18, which is like a... Oh, I guess it is that low. It's like a 5% chance to get the kill. 1 in 18. A little slightly higher, almost 6%, I guess. And in fact, that attack was against a ranger, so there was no chance there of getting the kill. Now, Isaac's kind of forced to activate the rangers here because he doesn't want to take a Zeb Spectre Cell attack on this injured ranger, so he's just gonna activate them, probably move back. Oh, a nice roll there by both players. Probably both of these blues going to get re-rolled here. Yep, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minus 3 is going to be 5 damage going into Kanan. That's a pretty decent roll. Oh, actually, tough luck coming out to block 2 damage, so it's only going to be 5, 6 minus 3 is 3 damage. So, I don't know. I probably would have saved tough luck. You have... oh, he doesn't have doubt, but tough luck can still cause a dodge. I don't think it's worth it to just block 2 damage. Hera's going to add a surge to add 2, so this is going to be 5. And heightened reflexes to get rid of the black die, so that's going to be 3 more damage, so 8. Wow, big attack there. Heightened reflexes coming out is pretty important, though, especially when you play on Vassal, because every white die roll is a dodge, so... he's just going to go for this kill here on Kanan. Ooh, with primary target, too. And element of surprise. Holy cow, here comes a big attack. Green, blue, blue, +1. Oh, man, a max roll here. Not quite a max roll, I guess. Because... that extra surge doesn't do anything, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's actually enough to get the kill. Oh, man, a huge kill early here. And Can he go for more? Can he get to Ezra? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Can he draw line of sight here? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. He actually could go for Ezra too. 1, 2, 3, 4. He could get a shot at Ezra. He could have line of sight from this spot. Why is he going for Zeb? He should go for Ezra here. Oh, I don't want to draw with the line of sight tool because that will reveal that he can do it. But this would actually be the right play to go over here and go for Ezra. That would be a massive blow to Kyle if he could take Ezra out. Oh, this is a wasted attack against Zeb here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you can get to him. You can draw line of sight here. Oh, Isaac. Isaac, he only has 3 health. Oh, does he see it? Where's he going? He sees it. He's going for it. Oh my goodness, this is the shot of the game right here. No heightened reflexes on this one. And he saw it, but he's going for Zeb instead. I guess he wants to just play a little bit more conservatively. He's worried about the Spectre cell attack maybe, but there's no way he's going to kill Zeb. Why would you go for this attack here? When you see the attack against Ezra, just go for that. Is he worried about the dodge? If you kill Ezra, you don't take a Spectre cell attack. He can't tap Spectre cell if he's got nobody left to activate. Why would you go for Zeb there? Oh, man. Oh, I'm really, really not sure about that attack. Oh, you could have gone for the win. 5 minus 1, that's enough for the kill. Oh, man, I'm really, really not sure about that decision making there from Isaac, because if he got that kill, this Ranger would still be alive too. I'm going to ask him. So Han can set up 2 consecutive shots here between his end of round and start of round. Ezra's probably just going to run away. Isaac says it's too risky to go for Ezra. I don't know. It is risky, but there's such a high reward. Isaac says if he dodged, the Ranger could have died. That's true. That would have been a big swing, but it's a 1 in 6 chance. Basically a 5 in 6 chance that you secure this game. So Isaac does... he didn't miss the line of sight there. He did have a calculated reason for playing that way. And Han might even just go for this end of round shot here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He could just sit on this fluctuation. He wants a blue fluctuation. He is just going to set up a line of sight against Ezra here. So this should be able to get the kill if there's no dodge. That's true. Ezra doesn't have an obvious way to get in there, but I I just feel like Ezra wouldn't have came in anyway. Welcome Matt here says he's running some numbers here. What? If the Focus Ranger could do 4 damage only 35% of the time against Ezra. Is that right? And is that with rerolls? That doesn't seem right to me. It's definitely going to jump up a lot with 2 rerolls. So yeah, that is I guess a bit risky. Why is he going for Zeb here? He's just ignoring Ezra. I'm not sure about this. Because Zeb has 15 health. It's going to take forever to chew through all that. Even with a focused Han. What about the numbers for focused Han attacking? I understand the value of killing Zeb. I'm just saying you have to dedicate more resources to do it. Ezra has 4 health left. Zeb has 12. Ezra is absolutely in one-shot range from a focused Han. Zeb is going to take probably at least 3 more shots. And even brace for impact coming out. Max roll from Han. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Minus 4 for 5 damage. Decent attack there. So he hits his max roll. No need to reroll. Call the Vanguard. Unfortunately he can't get to a spot where he gets the rerolls against Zeb, so he's just gonna run away a bit with his Rangers. No damage going in. Hard to punch through a 3-block side on Zeb without focus. He could have added 1 damage with Hera, but he doesn't feel the need to do that. Zeb with 7 health left, like how do you deal with this? I think 2. Oh, and Ezra's just gonna come up here. He's got to be careful because Han plus Hera could deal with him. Isaac likely has something like positioning advantage in hand still. But now without the focus, I think Han's definitely going to have a harder time against Ezra. I don't know. I feel like going for that Ezra shot is still the right call. Even if he doesn't kill him, Ezra's not going to move in with 1 health left. Just to die to an end-around Han shot. And if he does die there, the game's practically over. You have a 5 and 6 chance of not dodging. I don't know. I think that's a risk you gotta take. It's not like missing loses him the game necessarily, but hitting wins him the game. I mean, if you don't kill him, one of your Rangers dies anyway. So, I mean, you're risking a Ranger, but you've already risked a Ranger. I don't know. I'm not sure what the right call is. Not sure, guys. Hey, anyway, this is the quickest game we've ever seen on Fluctuations, so props to Kyle for getting in there. Also, Isaac facing him head on. I think I probably would have played more passively, but we did talk about last time we played on Lothal, maybe sending Sabine up to the spire and everyone else down to the top, which is Kyle's strategy here. I think it's worked out okay for him. He's going to go with the Rangers. So he probably has Assassinate. That's something else to figure when you're attacking Ezra. You have Assassinate. You could go for that kill. Instead, he's just going to keep these Rangers safe. Pretty good rolls here, even without the reroll. 5, so that was 3 damage. This one he just has to do. He actually can get rerolls this time. So he will. He actually, let's think. Does he have to reroll? He doesn't have to worry about tough luck, so he might as well reroll the 1 damage side. Hey, thank you for the cheer, man. Appreciate it. Haven't gotten a cheer in a long time. Yeah, he might as well go for this reroll because... Okay, so that's 4. So that would be 2 damage. So Assassinate does kill him. Doesn't look like there's a way to get the kill without using Assassinate here. But a very big kill here, getting Zeb off the board. Oh, and by the way, what we're listening to is... I forgot we were in the Zion's Finest Discord, so I think that's Kenny's kids in the background. Let me get to a channel that's not occupied. Is Assassinate is not coming out? What's going on here? Why wouldn't he Assassinate there? He's definitely got it. He has all of his cards. Why would he not use Assassinate? Finish off this kill, Isaac. What's going on? Why wouldn't you Assassinate? I don't get it. After all this action, the game is still only 10-8. It's crazy. He's not running Assassinate? Get out of here, Matt. What do you mean he's not running it? Let's count up his cards here. He is running New Orders, so maybe you're right. Oh my god, he's running New Orders instead of Assassinate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh my god, he's not running Assassinate. He's not running it. Oh no. 11, so he's got On the Lamb and Negation. And the rest are 0, so it's probably On the Lamb, Negation, Urgency, Take Initiative, and Positioning Advantage, maybe? If it was Positioning Advantage, he could have played it and added a damage with Hera. So, I don't think it was Positioning Advantage. Oh my goodness. What do you guys think? I mean, he did have a kind of a clever play with New Orders. Assassinate over Call the Vanguard and black market prices. I'd take Assassinate over a lot of things. Heart of Freedom getting revealed here from Kyle. Is he going to move Ezra in? Who's he tapping? He's going to tap Ezra. He recovers 2. All of a sudden, all that damage on Ezra is disappearing. Wait. He only recovered 1 with motivation on Ezra. And now Zeb's coming up for 2 attacks. Oh my goodness, this is a devastating swing here. Holy cow. This Ranger's just toast. And Zeb's going to recover also. Oh my god. Oh my god. You have to finish figures off against Spectre Cell. You can't just let him hang around. Oh no. This is why you have to go for that Ezra shot. You have to get the kill. Now Ezra and Zeb are both in his face. He's down to 1 Ranger. Oh, this is a disaster. Oh, this is a complete disaster. Ooh, set for stun coming out. Oh my goodness. Now Zeb cannot get tapped with Spectre Cell. This is so clever. I love it. Oh man, Isaac always has a trick up his sleeve. He is such a savvy player. But the problem is Hera's just going to die. Hera's in big, big trouble here. Huge trouble. Ezra's just going to come in. He's probably going to recover. Man, Isaac could have wrapped this game up by killing Ezra. And against Rebel Graffiti, I mean, the pressure is on him to do it. So, why? Instead, he sinks attacks into Zeb, who's just a unstoppable machine. It doesn't matter a ton, but it does slow things down a bit for Kyle. It makes it so Ezra activating right here doesn't really just do a massive turn, because an Ezra activation could have moved up to attack Hera, and then Zeb could have also killed Gideon in the same activation. And since that stun's there, he can't do both of those things in one activation, so that's going to slow things down a little bit for Kyle. So it is an important set for stun. I guess black market prices is in there for him to get to on the lam and new orders. Honestly, I think it would be sneakier to not play on the lam in this list. I feel like Assassinate is so essential against Spectre Cell, but a lot of the time they're not going to be attacking Han, so maybe you get away with not playing on the lam. Kyle has to consider that if he attacks Hera, she's probably going to use on the lam, so maybe attacking her isn't the best option. He is going to move in with Ezra now, but Isaac still has 3PO and Gideon to distribute focuses. He still has Han, who's going to get 2 attacks. So Isaac still has a lot of firepower left. He's got to be really careful about moving in his Ezra here, because you're kind of moving him into the meat grinder. Zeb probably won't survive 2 focused attacks, because it'll probably be a focused Hera and a focused Han. So I would definitely say Isaac's not out of it. On the lam is going to find some value here on Hera. Sabine also hasn't activated yet, so she can move 8 and throw a grenade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. I mean, she can pretty safely throw a grenade here. 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, she can also get line of sight to some guys down here. Not that she has a ton of range. But there's no reason to hold this set of the Spectre cell back anymore. He might as well push Hera and Sabine up as well. Ooh, force push. Choose another figure within 3 spaces. Push that figure up to 2 spaces. He's going to use force push on Hera, but this is actually probably going to be real bad because Hera's just going to arm the lamb away. Maybe he was hoping for a pummel or something. Really good roll. Max roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pierce 3. And here comes the on the lamb. It would have been a one-shot kill. Instead, he's going to recover. So he still has 1 activation left. 1 action, that is. So what does he do now? Does he retreat? Nope, he's just going to move right up here. Hera's basically has to activate now. Is Ezra a brawler? Could he possibly have parting blow? I think he probably would have played it if he did have it. He's not a brawler. He's a force user smuggler. So yeah, Hera has to go now. And she's going to go and attack Zeb, looks like. Ooh, nice roll there from Hera. 1, 2, 3, 4, pierce 2. For 3 damage. Pretty good. She is running away, but she does put herself in grenade range. I mean, not that Sabine would grenade her own Zeb, but she can put a grenade right here to hit 3 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Grenade there. Be in good position to follow up. I mean, you might as well move in the rest of the Spectre cell now. Just impose on them. Chopper's going to finish off a smuggler with his system shock or whatever it's called. And he's actually moving up a little bit. I'm not sure why you need to move. Oh, he's going to ram Hera up 1. So now Hera, does she have line of sight to anything? 1, 2, 3, 4. Not really. Spectre cell gets tapped to try to kill 3PO, it looks like. And that will get the kill on 3PO. No rerolls available here. Han can go attack Zeb. No recover there. No recover there, by the way, for Ezra. Matt says if Kyle has urgency, he can go attack R2. That's true. I'm not sure if it's worth it. Oh man, this has just been a slugfest. So what do you do now? I think Gideon can try to get this kill on Zeb. Someone's attacking Zeb. It's the smuggler. He's going to actually get a damage through. And with Hera, he can actually get the kill. So he actually gets this kill with the smuggler. And now the smuggler should probably run away. Oh, and Celebration coming out for 4 extra points. That's pretty useful. So his last 2 cards, probably Negation and maybe Urgency. Or Take Initiative. Probably take initiative and negation. So what does he have left to attack Ezra with? Gideon still has to go. Han's going to get 2 shots. But in the meantime, Sabine can come in here and throw a big grenade and hit 4 people. I honestly don't think Isaac can survive this war of attrition that's about to happen. I feel like after you move in Hera and Sabine, you just don't have enough to deal with everything. 2 of your Rangers are down. Honestly, if he would have killed Ezra, this would be a different game. But, I mean, you can see what happened. I feel like he wasted his time going for Zeb. We'll see. I mean, Han can still do some work. Hera's going to go ahead and just take the terminal. So there was really no reason for Chopper to push her up. It looks like she's just going to double move and sit on this terminal. Chopper could still be on a fluctuation, but instead he pushed her up. I'm not sure why. Maybe just to give her a little bit more flexibility. Gideon's going to come out and focus Han. Is that worth more than attacking Ezra? Probably, actually, since Ezra's got the 2 built-in blocks. I think attacking Ezra is probably not worth 2 damage, and a focus probably is worth 2 damage, so that's probably the right call there. Of course, he could have focused Hera and attacked. Is that more valuable? That probably would have been a little more valuable. Here comes Sabine with a grenade. One, two, three, four, five, 6. She moved 6. So, do you forget about Ezra now and start going for Sabine? If a line of sight gets opened up here, like say Sabine kills R2. With Han, do you decide to go for Sabine instead of Ezra? I think you still have to go for Ezra. Not enough damage to finish R2 off, and he's actually just going to grab a fluctuation with Sabine here. So, 2 attacks here with Han to try to kill Ezra. I think it's pretty low percentage, actually, that he gets this kill. We're going to see. Very good roll there. 6, 7. 7 minus... It should be minus 2. I don't know why... Yes, 7 minus 2, so it should be 6 damage. And he's just going to sit right next to Ezra for this end of round shot. Ezra has 2 built-in blocks with Spectre Cell, so I'm not sure why he only showed 1. Oh, yeah, so the doubt versus motivation game. I don't think the movement points really made a difference. Ezra did save 2 health, but I'm not sure how many focus tokens could have been blocked either. Rebel Graffiti does get negated, which is good. His last card is probably Take Initiative. Probably about a 50% chance, a little greater than 50% chance. 4 and 7 that Kyle has negation. Oh, there's a dodge. I mean, unfortunately, dodges happen. Take initiative. And does Kyle have negation? He's going to tap a smuggler. Honestly, I'd tap R2. R2's not going to do anything useful anymore. Why not just tap R2? But he's going to tap the smuggler instead. I mean, the smuggler can at least go grab an objective. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess R2 can also. He's going to go with the Rangers. This is a lower percentage chance than going with Han. He only has to do 1. So 3 Pierce 1 is enough. Hey Joe, how's it going? Oh crap, we forgot about On the Lam for Kyle. Oh no. It's a disaster. Oh man. And I think On the Lam is a card that just got drawn, so again, you got to go for that attack earlier. He doesn't really have any ways to do unmitigated damage, unfortunately. And if only there was a way to just ping 1 damage out. Like some kind of grenade or something. Here comes a shot against Hera. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he can't quite get the kill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. -1 is 6. So instead of doing 7 -1, he's just going to recover 2. Definitely the right call there. And now maybe tap Spectre Cell to bring Sabine in, or probably not worth it, I guess. Going to save Spectre Cell to try to get another attack out of Ezra. I think you pretty much have to activate Han here. There's no way that you can push 3 damage through with Hera, I don't think. You still have Call the Shots available. It's a pretty high percentage chance if you attack with Han to kill Ezra. He didn't play Pummel, so that's definitely not a factor. Han is going to go attack. Plenty of damage with Hera's Call the Shots. He's going to reroll, but Hera can just add a surge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hera adding a surge will do it. Yep. So, what is that? 6 more points? 7 more points? So Isaac needs 10 to win, so he's probably got to kill at least 1 more person. Sabine will come up here. She's going to kill R2 with a grenade. Unfortunately, since this smuggler is tapped with On the Lam, Han's not going to have an end-around shot. Actually, killing the smuggler is a bad move, because this opens up an end-around shot for Han. Although, Kyle can avoid it by tapping Spectre Cell. Hera should go and run away somewhere, I'm sure. Hera might just want to double move away, to be honest. He's actually just going to go try to get this kill here, I think. One, 2, 3. Pierce 2 for 3 damage. It's not bad. But she is vulnerable now. I mean, Sabine can come up and get a Spectre Cell attack from there. Kyle is getting initiative in the next round. I really don't see how Isaac can survive here. It's really going to be Han versus Hera and Sabine. I don't know. I guess we'll see. It could be tough for Sabine against Han. It's a pretty close game. Basically, Sabine needs to die for Isaac to win. No command cards left for Isaac. Kyle still has probably a worthless pummel. Maybe 2. He's got to have some movement cards, probably urgency. What's happened so far? Well, round 1, Isaac had a slick play with... Oh, what just happened? Hera actually came up and killed Isaac's Hera. Round 1, Isaac had a slick play with new orders, getting a bunch of attacks through on Ezra, but he couldn't quite get the kill, and then Ezra somehow recovered a bunch of health and made a big comeback. Oh. Now a Tools for the Job attack coming out from Sabine against Han, and he doesn't have a return fire lane, so he's just going to take a bunch of damage here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then blast. Dang, 7 damage going through. What else happened? Isaac had a chance to finish off Ezra, but it was kind of a risky play. It probably was like a 50% chance to get the kill, but instead he decided to focus on Zeb. Zeb was able to kill a ranger with a tapped Spectre Cell, and then Ezra came in to support. Sabine's been sitting on the Spire for a long time, but now Sabine and Hera are imposing. It's been a really, really interesting game. Han has 5 health left. Sabine can just finish it here. And she is going to try to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So a grenade will do it. 5 out of 6 chance to get this kill here. Oh, actually positioning advantage. Just to guarantee this kill. Very nice from Sabine. 5, 6. And blitz. Man. Ruthless. Kyle. He survives. He comes back. He kills all of Isaac's figures. Isaac runs out of juice. He has no command cards left, and at this point, this is pretty much game. He forgot Spectre damage. Oh yeah. Well, I think he was just throwing all those cards out because. He might as well tap Spectre Cell here to get a Hera attack too. And he's going to do that. Hera's probably going to finish Gideon off here. So 4 damage from Hera is enough to kill Gideon. Brutal ending to this game. Yeah, assassinate would have been huge. At one point, Isaac had a shot on Zeb that left him with 2 health left, and Isaac had already drawn all his cards, so we assumed that he had assassinate, but it turns out with new orders he sacrificed assassinate, and it really bit him. I think assassinate is just essential against Spectre Cell. So Kyle takes this one, and Isaac put up a good fight. Hey, thanks for the... let me turn on my stream labels. We got a new subscriber, Average Joe. Thank you for that. 2 months in a row for you, Joe. Thank you. Yeah, if you guys are, if you like this content, oh my goodness, we got another Twitch Prime subscription. Thanks, Zach. If you guys have Amazon Prime, of course, you get free Twitch subscriptions once per month to any channel you want. I really appreciate you guys if you send those Prime subscriptions my way. Of course, if you don't want to do that, you could just follow me and you'll get notifications about when I go live and stuff like that. Definitely appreciate the viewers. I also really appreciate everybody that's been chatting in the room. Definitely love to have a lot of conversation during these matches, especially on something like Lothal, where sometimes it can be a bit slow. So, yeah, thanks everybody that's in this chat here. We're going to take a quick break. I'll be back probably in a half an hour. I'm just going to take a little break. I think we'll try to catch another Imperial Assault game in a little bit. So stay tuned, and we'll be back soon. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you later. Bye.